Alright, in today's video, we'll be doing a website audit of this company, Santis Flooring LLC, and I got them from just a random search for Epoxy Flooring, GreensBoro in North Carolina. A lot of people who are searching for your services on Google, usually the first place they visit is Google, and what they actually enter, if the person is actually located in your area, let's say GreensBoro, the person actually search for epoxy flooring near me, and the same result is going to show up just like this. Since I'm not in that location and I want to actually look for services within that area, we could actually use the entire city plus the state itself. When we search for this, we could see right out of the badge after the local maps. I'm auditing these three websites here. This website number one, Garage Experts, Scout, Concrete. And I'm doing one at the bottom, this guy here, Santis Flooring LLC. Our major goal here is to understand exactly why this website is ranking here and why these ones are doing better and what other improvements could be done on the website overall. When I opened up Santis Flooring, which is ranking around number 8 on Google's first page, and if you're ranking number 8, you're definitely not getting most of the calls. You actually want to optimize your website up to an extent that you rank at least within number 1 to number 3, and that's the actually sweet spots where you actually see you start getting this number of calls. Right out of the batch, there are things we're going to be looking at. I have an SEO checklist which I have an SEO checklist which you can always come back to look, and I'm going to leave a checklist in the link in the description below. If you want this checklist, you can also email me and I'm going to send you over this checklist. The first of which we're going to be looking at is the title tags. So we want to ensure that each title tag is created uniquely and it's relevant for the page that it's showing up for. In the case of this one, we want the title tag to be relevant to this particular search query, epoxy flooring in GreensBoro, or epoxy coating flooring, or whatever thing that is, or epoxy garage flooring coating, as the case may be. It is tied to that particular service. You want to ensure your title tag is relevant for that, and you have to include some of these keywords at the beginning of the page and mention the location where appropriate and avoid keyword stuffing. And also mention the city and the areas. Having understood, I have this plugin here by BETTER SEO. It basically tells you exactly what the title is. On our checklist, you say, okay, the title needs to be relevant to the page. On the title here, we are saying Santis Flooring LLC, Concrete and Epoxy, GreensBoro, which is quite relevant and it's nice. But it could be nicer. We could have something like epoxy and concrete flooring in GreensBoro, North Carolina. Then before you have this, because this is exactly what users have to see. You put this one at the back instead and bring this one to the front. That should actually help. And we have our description here. Central is working for various residents. You actually want to mention this one. Ensured that you provide an excellent services, and this is exactly the kind of services you provide. Where do you provide it? Garage, floors, driveways, walkways. You just want to include most of them here. So it's actually relevant. Then saying here, we also look at including the keyword at the beginning of the page. Upon saying here, I'm saying the keyword here, concrete and epoxy flooring, but it's not tied to a particular location. So you should also include GreensBoro somewhere around here on the page itself. It's something you could actually, let's see what the competitors are doing. I'll be showing you exactly what they are doing right. As you can see, epoxy or polyaspartic garage floor coatings. This is something you want to actually do. You want to model what your competitors are doing. The person ranking number 1 and number 2, you want to model exactly what it is they are doing, and this is exactly what it does, and this is exactly what it is they are doing that is making them rank. And as you can see, this is not even the home page directed. There's something you need to realize. santisflooring.com, you're using the home page itself to target this particular location. Google tends to kind of website that is just domiciled for that home page. Unlike Garage Experts that spans several locations, as you can see, they are not targeting this particular query with their own page. They're targeting it with inner page. So this kind of give you a ranking edge such that, okay, Google sees you as a business that is domiciled in that particular location. The same thing with the second one, ranking number 2, Scout Custom Concrete. So you can see they don't have these two in their first, they don't have the keyword, but they do have the keyword here anyway. Decorative concrete solutions. So it doesn't actually talk about epoxy coatings. Sunset flooring actually have an edge over these people. You're able to implement all of these things that I'm saying in this video. You want to include it in your heading tag and sprinkle it multiple times. If you type epoxy, let's see, epoxy floors appear only 3 times in this article, and you want to do more than that. If you see this one that is ranking number 1, if you type epoxy, you see epoxy is appearing 23 times. It's appearing multiple times, 9 times within the articles, and it's appearing naturally. Let's see what this one has. If it's appearing here, GreensBoro, it's appearing 3 times, and here you don't have anything at all. GreensBoro, it's just appearing just once on the address of that, and so it's not something you want. Is you want it mentioned at least 3 or 4 times, or at least 5 times within the article or within the content of your page that you have. Then from here you could see they have a total word count on this page of around 300 words. It's barely enough. So you actually want to improve on the word count. You want to add more content. We have on this first page here, where you have more content sections, what they do, the services it is that they offer, and these services are linking onto individual service pages, dedicated service pages for this particular listing. Another thing on the list we're talking about is the H1 tag. You can see here for Santis, we have just one H1 tag. Your H1 tag actually carries concrete epoxy floor, but it does not carry the location. So you want to ensure you add your location to this particular to the H1 tag. And on the H2 tags also, you want to ensure that, okay, you sprinkle a variation of these keywords also on H2. For the number 2 ranking, you see they are having here, they don't even have any of the keywords here in the head one, in the 8 ones. For this particular website, in order for them to outrank GreensBoro Garage Expert also, they could just include this in the title or in the H1. Epoxy coating floor or epoxy floor coating in GreensBoro. What they have here is what they could have replaced here in the H1 tag. Then if you see what the number 1 computer is doing, and this is what Google loves to see, you see what they're doing here, epoxy garage coating in GreensBoro. It is specific, it is tied to this particular location, and their H2s are having all of these that they offer, garage flooring and garage storage solution, and in the location to Triad. They're also having it in the H3s, Greensboro. They're having the service that they offer also in the area. And if you see the word counts here, these people have 1,800. So it's almost impossible for them to rank. So they have 1,800 articles, word contents on this particular service page that is servicing. The second competitor has this one has, let's see how many words this one has. This one has barely 400 words, 397, and this one here just has 305. So you can see, if you can model garage experts and do exactly similar thing that they're doing, you don't have to copy the content word for word, but you can actually write this, and that is why we are here. We can also help you out with that. It's something you need to understand. Another thing on the checklist again is the local business schema. Schema basically tells Google exactly what kind of page do you service. There are people who write blogs. You want to tell Google, okay, well, this is a local business and I'm serving this particular area. How do you do that? You do that by using a schema. And I've quickly checked the schema prior to this video. As you can see, Garage Expert is implementing this schema here, telling Google that this is a local business and highlighting their address, and so on and so forth. The same thing with the second competitor, where is it? Scout Concrete did the same thing. So in the place of a local business, in the place of a local business, they use an organization, but it's actually good to actually use a local business instead of an organization because it tells Google exactly what your page is all about. And the last one, which is Santa's Flooring, they have it as local business. This is quite okay, and this is quite good, and it's something you have to replicate across individual service pages you have also. Then you want to ensure that it has your phone number, email, hours of work, logo, and every other thing. And this one has it, but it doesn't have the hours of work. This one does not have the hours of work. And you could also include your review count that you have. It shows in Google Snippet also. This one does not have the hours it works, but it's still fine. So you want to have everything complete and marked all right. Another thing you want to also include is the name, address, and phone number in the footer sections. This is the footer section of your website. Footer section of your website. You want to have the name, address, and phone number right here on the footer. This one has it here, but it's not footer, so you want to have them on the footer here. This website that they have is just the phone number they have here. So you want to have it on the footer so Google can actually understand exactly that, okay, this is how the page structure for a business profile looks like. This one has it. They have their name here. They have the location. They have their phone number here. So you want to model what's already working. You don't want to reinvent. The final one here, there's also page speed, how fast your website loads. Upon checking this one is around 80%, which is fairly okay, but you could bump this up to, it's going to give your users a very good experience. Once your page is loading very fast, people want to click through. They don't want to go to the next website because your website is slow. It's a very good SEO score, but their performance could actually be improved. There's something wrong with their image, or there's something wrong with their content. It's quite too heavy. I believe if they're able to optimize their page properly, they could get an even higher score here. At least you want to aim for anywhere between 90 to 100% on your page. Oh, another thing you want to look at, okay, it's the it signals. It simply refers to as expertise, awareness, and trust. You want to ensure that, okay, your content are relevant for the particular search query. As you can see, it the copyright reserve is still in 2023, so you want to update all of these things. And I believe most of this content here on this website are still dated back when the website was first created, and there's not much. So even your LinkedIn profiles, you want to ensure that all of these things are clickable. Let's see. Just for sure, let's see if this works. I think this works. So if you look at this website also, you see most of their content. Let's see their blog post. Let's see when was the last time. Okay, as you can see, they updated their post last in 2023. So you want to ensure you have these articles updated regularly, because information from 2023 might still not have use in 2025. And with the rise of AI and the rise of so many things, all of these things are very easy to create. So if you need assistance, you can actually reach out to us on our social media handles or via my email or so. I could take a look at your website also. You also want to ensure there is internal, so it's more of when you're reading a newspaper, when you have the featured section, the very first page that tells you exactly where each particular news is. There are some when they'll tell you to actually, okay, look at page 9, page 12, page 3 on the right bar. This is exactly how internal links works. And I can show you, as you can see, they have the services they offer. So if you click on the services, on this, if you look at this, my face is showing, you see links here. So there are links that are showing back to their main service pages, the individual service pages, dedicated service pages that they have for residential epoxy flooring, garage cabinets, etc. You want to have as many internal links pointing to major pages on your website. So it's something that also gives Google the kind of signal that your website is well structured and they're able to understand the content on your website. Overall, Garage Spark is still doing a very nice job. And if we look at that's basically for the on page. At the later time, we will talk about the off page, just talk about backlink. Quickly, Scout, you can see they have very scanty link profile. There's not so much. Average monthly visit is 10 visits, and here average monthly visit is around 175 visits per month, which is quite okay, which is quite sizable. And the keywords they're ranking for, let's see, the keywords they're ranking for, Santis. This is SEMrush, and you can actually use SEMrush to check the number of keywords they're ranking for. So you can see flooring, Greensboro, they're ranking position 40, and it's not the keyword we actually want to rank for. It's epoxy flooring. So that is where you want to target. If you're having other pages you want to target, you could actually include flooring installations. It's more of concrete jobs. If that's something you also do, you could also include that too. So on the basic checklist, I think we've covered all of these things. You have to ensure that the title tags are relevant to the service you're offering for that particular location. You have to include the location also. You should be aware to avoid keyword stuffing. The header tag, your H1, H2 tag, there should just be just one head tag, H1 tag within your content. Then you should implement local schema, which I said is it's how Google understands exactly what your page is, the way your page is structured. Then you want to ensure you have name, address, and phone number in the footer of your website and on individual location pages. Also, and it's consistent across your site. You want to ensure the page speed is also on. You want to, if your host is not that good, you want to move your host to a better one. You want to ensure that the website you have, you want to ensure that the content you have on the website is not outdated. It talks about authority, it talks about trust, then it talks about experts. You want to actually involve in local communities and also report all the things on your website. And above all, you want to interlink contents together from your own page to dedicated service pages to dedicated locations and vice versa also. So if you want to get in touch with me, if you think, okay, you need me to look at your website, quickly visit my LinkedIn page or my Facebook page here, and shoot me a message or leave a description or leave a message in the description below, and I'll be able to perform an audit for you. But the quicker way to reach me is to reach me via my LinkedIn profile, or you could actually look me up at my email address, goodnether at gmail, goodnether@gmail.com. So, hi guys, so that's all for the audit for today. See you in the next video. Bye bye.